Well, here I am, still making another video. Usually I only do one of these a month, but things are getting very much out of hand with the harassment about me. And, the camera isn't right. I don't care, really. Uh, I made a post, and we'll see, they struck again. Um, they put a bunch of those signs up about me on my street, probably like 20 of them at least the ones I could see. Some of them in some pretty hard to reach spots because they think I'm short and I can't get up there.
Yeah, so these are the signs here. This is what I get to see when I have it. And people are like, oh, this street is just, look at this, look at the condition of the street. Does this look like, oh, yeah, they're fixing that up. That's not actually my side, all right? And that's owned by somebody else, believe it or not. But I'm not going to give details exactly where I live, all right? They put these signs everywhere. There, way up there. I got that one down too. These, spreading a bunch of lies about me. Yep. More lies. Yep. So this is what happens when you speak up. All right? And I'm supposed to just sit here and take it. I'm done taking it. This is going to stop.
I don't know how they got up there that far, but you know, I just have an opinion that people don't like. It's not warranted to have this. I understand. I have an unpopular opinion here in a state that's controlled by Wall Street corruption and all that other stuff, and and just talking. And I think what really triggers these people, it seems, is my quest to try to live on the South Shore. I think that's really what it all boils down to. They really have such hatred down there, um, such hatred. Uh, I mean, you look at what the flyer says about the South Shore. I mean, this is this is hate. It's no surprise that they're big Trump supporters down there. So, I mean, there's hatred toward people with disabilities, particularly stemming from a lot of these areas in the South Shore. I wish that Newsday article brought up how intolerant those areas are that people are moving to. I wish they had brought that up, but they didn't bring it up. Um, and I'm just fed up. I know they want me to shut up and go live in New Jersey. That's what they want. Who's involved in this? Keto. Andy Keto. Kevin Bowers. And these two kids. We have two brothers that are here in Mineola that are getting paid to put this stuff up about me. Um, and you better hope that the police find you before I do. All right. But we all know the police will view this as a civil matter. I just want to find out who these kids are. Get them on camera, show them doing it, and I'm sure once their faces are out, unless they have their faces covered up, which maybe they do, we'll be able to find out who they are and expose them. Most likely in the transit community, I think. That's I'm saying. But these are somebody Andy Keto knows. All right, because Andy Keto posted a picture of my street today. He somehow got that from somebody he knew. So him is a whole axis of evil. All right, and you think, well, they're not on the South Shore. Andy Keto's in Jamaica. These kids are in Mineola. Kevin Bowers, well, he's away somewhere, but he can be paying them in Bitcoin or whatever. Um, but they're there to defend the South Shore because there's such corruption going on. It's all triggered. I triggered them. I know they've been kind of quiet for a while, and then I kind of triggered them when I spoke at the MTA. I think that's really what set them off when I spoke at the LIRR committee meeting. They didn't want me speaking there at all. I mean, how corrupt is the Long Island Railroad that they really don't want people speaking about this stuff? And then to let him slander me again at the committee meeting again, do that again. So, and hopefully you can hear me. I have a lot of fans going because it's hot as hell in here, all right? and air conditioner, all right? Because I live in a hot box, all right? So who is it? Whoever it is, they've got money because all that ink, and you can see when you look at the signs that yeah they are printed in black and white because he doesn't want to spend the money on coloring, but black and white ink is pretty expensive. I mean, all those signs must have been gone through at least an entire cartridge, and a cartridge is like $30. Well, I know I have to get it from my printer, all right? The paper and then this high quality duct tape, which isn't cheap either. So you know they're getting financed to do this. This is how sick people are in this world. And I know people say don't react, just ignore them. It's easy to say that when you're not the one being affected. I'm the one being affected, and I am going to react. It's human to react to this kind of stuff. It's harassment, it's bullying, it's stalking, because I have an opinion that a certain group of people on the South Shore who work on Wall Street and in finance and very much control almost every facet of the state government don't like what I'm talking about. And they especially hate when I talk about, well, I have a right to live with them. You know, discrimination is illegal. You do know that, don't you? It's illegal to discriminate. Newsday had another article today about real estate people that were actually charged for housing discrimination. I'm going to put the link in the video in the description below so you can read about it. It is illegal, you know, to do that. It is illegal to discriminate. All right? Such hate-filled people. This is what I mean. Where do I you know, when I was speaking, and I made the other, I just feel like, where do I fit on Long Island anymore? Because it's either you got all the problems in the middle, and you know all the businesses closing, all the trash, the crime, and the neglect and the discrimination. And you go to the South Shore where everything looks peachy keen, but the people there are extremely snobby and arrogant and preppy and very intolerant of people that are different than them. So where do you fit in? The North Shore is too isolated, so where do you fit in? I know you fit in the middle of the island. You fit in Mineola, right? No, maybe not even in anywhere on Long Island anymore. Maybe it's, I don't want it to go live in New Jersey, but I mean, it's stuff like this that really makes me think of the plan.
Lady in the article that I read to you, you know who she represents. You know, it's obvious, all right? So you got to live with these people if you want to have a good quality. It sucks. It really does. It sucks. This is what I've been speaking about. But it's taboo. You can't talk about this. You can't say anything negative about this. You know? It says right there. Merrick, Belmore, Wantaw, Seaford, Massapequa, and Massapequa Park. That's what they want. We spoke about that in the video. You know? The South Shore gets all the nice little, stores. Just get, look at how nice and clean this is in Babylon. Rockville Center, you get another new restaurant that's just packed. That just opened up. Another one over here. All right? Get all these, like literally every month new places are coming. What do we get? Well, we get burned out buildings here in Mineola. That's what we get. That's been sitting there for almost 2 years. And we get more medical places like this. Yeah, more medical places. Yep, new medical office coming soon. You can see what, so the clinics, all that stuff, we don't get. And the restaurants, well, there's no one in there. You see, there's no one in there. All right, so this is what we get, all right? Because, again, we're not a certain demographic, so this is not something I'm supposed to talk about. This is why all these things keep happening to me. I can't shut up about it, all right? I have to live with this, all right?
This is more than words. It's really causing a severe. It gets to the point where, I need to find a lawyer that's going to help me and take this person, whoever this person is, to court, because you're committing slander, you're committing defamation of character, and you're also causing emotional distress. I should take you to court. I should take you to court. You think I'm not? I will find a way to take you to court. You keep this up, and you will get caught. I want you to keep it up. Keep doing it. In fact, I dare you to put some more signs up tomorrow. Go ahead. Put some more signs up. Please do. More signs, the more money you're going to spend. You know? I want you to get caught. Because you will get caught. Every criminal slips up. And you will get caught. This hatred toward people with mental illness and mental disabilities. Some people just cannot work. Why can't you accept that? Some people just can't do it. I was born with this. It's not my fault. I can't change how I was born. Some people can overcome it. Some people have different types of problems. This is the problem I have. Just because you don't agree with what I have to say doesn't mean you should be doing this to me. Keep it up, because you will get caught. You will get caught, and like I said in my post, you better hope it's not by me. Don't be like, oh, he's threatening me. He's scared. I'm scared. Well, hopefully you are a little scared. You should be scared because you're a punk. You're a piece of garbage. What kind of human being does this to other people? Andy Keto, Kevin Bowers, and these two kids. Andy Keto the mosquito. You like to call people names? Oh, I'm going to call you a name. Andy Keto the mosquito. Because that's what you are. You're a mosquito. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of your fake accounts on YouTube. I'm tired of this harassment going on. If anyone should shut up, it should be you, Andy Keto. Slandering me at the board meetings. You are a suspect in all of this. It's very easy to connect you to all of this, by the way. NYC Live 67 or whatever his @reform person or whatever you are, reform. Really? You think I'm just going to sit here and take this harassment and bullying and not say anything? Well, you're wrong. I am going to say something about it. I don't know why he's doing this. Because you're not a group that's favored by Wall Street. You're a group that's discriminated against Wall Street. Andy Keto, I think he has a disability, all right? He's a person of color. He's never going to be allowed to live on the South Shore either. All right? So why do you defend them so much, man? How much money are you getting from them? What is in it for you? You know, me and Andy Keto, we used to get along. We used to be friends. I don't know what got into him. I mean, he has to suffer in Jamaica, which is a hellhole. A cop was shot there in broad daylight yesterday. Jamaica's terrible. I know it's a million times worse than Mineola. I know that, man. But Mineola, in the middle of the island, is heading in a bad direction. And eventually, it will get to the level of Jamaica. It will get there.
Happening is very unfair, right? Very unfair. You look at Long Island and you look at the areas like the middle of the island that are just particularly this run right here. This run right here, particularly this run right here. Just getting all the problems here. I mean, and all the neglect. All the neglect. And this happens to be some of the most diverse areas of Long Island. It's also the center and the county seat, but that doesn't matter to the people in charge. It doesn't matter, no. Instead, it's all just geared to these enclaves here. All right? This whole area is an enclave, pretty much. All right? This whole area. All right? All the way out. It's an enclave. All right? You have a little gap around Freeport and Baldwin because, again, those aren't lily-white areas. And then you have another enclave, Rockville Center, Lynbrook, Oceanside, this general area over here. All right? Long Beach, too, to some extent. I'll put a question mark there because it's a little more isolated, and some people don't like that. It's also most susceptible to flooding. And Long Beach probably will eventually, within the next 20 years, be unlivable because of sea level rise. All right, but eventually, in 60 to 70 years, even these enclaves on the South Shore that I've circled will be unlivable too. But they're not thinking of that now, you know. And yeah, Farmingdale is also an enclave too, so it kind of extends up like that. But if you want to live in these areas, you're going to have to deal with some very narrow-minded people. All right, a lot of them are racist. They really don't want people with disabilities living among them. You're in here. Yeah, the people here are not snobby. They're more down to earth, but it's depressing when you're living in a place with no life at night and dealing with crime and dealing with neglect. So you can see where this torments you. And then the North Shore, well, the North Shore is isolated. Isolated. I can't even write here. Isolated. It's isolated. All right. So that's the problem. So when you got to pick what's the best place to live on Long Island, it's going to be the South Shore. But it's coveted. You're going to have to deal with those kind of people, and the very kind of people that are probably financing these continued attacks on me. Because it seems like every time I talk about it, that's when I get in trouble.
All right. I shouldn't even try to set some sense into you, Andy Keto. I shouldn't even try. Why do I try? But all the people, I'd expect a snob to be behind all this. But Andy Keto, somebody who is not certain demographics, somebody who is certainly not living in an enclave, but somehow he's getting compensated some way. He has never denied that he is. He's never denied that he is. I know it's not you putting the signs up, but you know who's doing it. You know who's doing it, and they're sending you the pictures, and it's just disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Such hatred toward people with disabilities. The only person who's racist is you, man. Yeah, I'm against illegal immigration because laws need to be enforced in this country. Nothing to do with where you come from, whether it be from Europe or Asia or Central America. I care if you come to the country illegally, you shouldn't be coming in the country illegally. And as it is, my opinion has changed a lot on it. I'm not saying I don't think we should deport all illegals like I did like 15 years ago. All right, but we certainly shouldn't be letting any more in. And we need to find the ones that are causing crime and get them out of the country. Yes, we are a country of immigrants. Immigrants who come here with respect for this country and the neighborhoods they move into. All right? And yet, like I've said before in my other video, it's those very neighborhoods, those diverse neighborhoods, where you have people of color, whether you have Hispanics, where you have Asians, where you have Indians, where you have blacks, that are dealing with the brunt of illegal immigration, dealing with the brunt of the discrimination. While the whitest neighborhoods on Long Island, like those on the South Shore, like that real estate person said, that real estate person in the article, they're all like 85+% white. All right? And they get the best of everything. Do you think that's just a coincidence? It's not just a coincidence. So knock it the hell off. You want to defend racists, bigots, people full of hate? I don't know why you're doing that. I don't know why you're doing that. So, yeah, like I said, I didn't want this to be a long video, but it's turning out to be a little longer because there's just too many feelings going on through my head right now. All right? I mean, it just feels like people with disabilities are being driven out of New York. So I can't reach anyone from my agency. All right, let's give you an update on this already. Can't reach anyone from my agency. The 2 workers that are there, contact them, email, phone, no response, been over a week. Call the State Department of Mental Health, and they said they'd have somebody get back to me. That was 2 days ago, and I still haven't heard from them. All right? So how the hell am I even supposed to try to find another place to live and overcome the discrimination that would be involved with that when I can't even communicate with my own agency? with my own housing agency. And I'm sure there are a lot of other people within this program that are dealing with the same problem. There are hundreds of people in supported housing across Long Island, probably thousands, but they have no voice. The media doesn't care. Nobody cares. It's up to me to say something about it, and I'm going to say something about it. You know, I have a right to express an opinion. Just because I can't work, just because I have a disability, doesn't mean I don't have a right to express an opinion. Because I do have every right to express an opinion. I'm going to fight for that right, and I'm going to continue to fight for that right. I'm not going to be harassed. I'm not going to be intimidated. I'm not going to be bullied. Keep putting those signs up, punk. You will get caught. And like I said, you better hope it's not by me. I think that's all I'm going to say in this video for now. Good night.